Most people think hiring is simple. You apply, you give an interview, and if you're good, you get the job. But if that were true, companies wouldn't keep making bad hires. So here's the real question. How do companies actually hire people? What really happens behind the scenes from the moment a job is needed to the moment someone is selected? Because the hiring process is not one step, it's a system. It usually starts with a problem, not a job post. A team is overloaded, a role becomes vacant, or the company plans to grow. That's when the hiring need is created. But before posting anything, companies define the role, what skills are required, what outcomes are expected, and what kind of person fits the team. If this step is weak, everything that follows becomes messy. Next comes sourcing candidates. This is where companies look for talent, job portals, LinkedIn, referrals, internal employees, or recruitment agencies. And here's something most people don't realize. Referrals often get priority because companies trust people who are already connected to their network. That's why two candidates with the same skills can have completely different chances depending on how they enter the system. Then comes screening, and this is where most people get filtered out. Companies don't manually read every CV anymore. They use systems, often powered by AI, to scan resumes for keywords, experience, and relevance. If your CV doesn't match what the system is looking for, it gets rejected before a human even sees it. That's why many qualified people never even reach the interview stage. After screening comes the interview process, which is not just about answering questions. Companies are evaluating multiple things at once: skills, communication, attitude, problem solving, and cultural fit. Some roles involve multiple rounds: technical tests, case studies, behavioral interviews. Because hiring is not about finding the best person, it's about finding the right person for that specific role and team. Once interviews are done, companies move to selection and negotiation. They compare candidates, check references, and decide who fits best. Then comes the offer: salary, benefits, role expectations. But even at this stage, things can fall apart. Candidates can reject offers, negotiate heavily, or accept and still not join. So, hiring doesn't end at selection. It ends when the person actually joins and starts performing. Let's take a simple example. Imagine a company needs a software developer. If they rush the process, hire quickly, and skip proper evaluation, they might fill the role fast, but performance suffers later. But if they follow a structured process, clear role definition, proper screening, strong interviews, they might take longer, but they reduce the risk of a bad hire. And a bad hire is expensive. It affects time, money, and team performance. And now, this entire process is evolving with AI. From resume screening to interview analysis and even predicting candidate success, companies are using data to make faster and smarter hiring decisions. Which means getting hired is no longer just about being good. It's about understanding how the system works. At the Learning Studio, we're breaking down 100 subjects into simple, powerful video series so you can learn smarter and understand how the world actually works. Because once you understand how companies actually hire people, you stop applying blindly and start positioning yourself to get selected.